And it's another delayed start in Tier 2, but it's away we go now. And Swift gets an absolute flyer. He's already up into P1. Charlie, he's dropping back through the field. He has to cover Losty as they head into turn 1. There's already M plates flying. Let's see if there's going to be any contact here. Toro Rosso gets ahead. And there are 2 cars off the racetrack. The Toro Rosso of Killian and the Racing Point of Hardcore. Swift still ahead of Charlie. No contact made at the front. And St. Broth, he is up into P3 just as he needed to do. Losty, he maintained position in P4. But Jack, he's the big loser off the start, losing 3 positions. He's down in P6. And now, Swift already trying to build a gap. He's almost got the gap up to a second now. His intentions are clear. Jim Fish goes into the wall in his debut after contact, I believe, with Hardcore. And I expect the move to be made here. Swift, he is going down the middle of the track, trying to minimize his gap on either side. And Charlie goes down the inside, the smaller gap. Will he make it work, though? And there's a bit of contact between the two. And I don't know if Swift has got damage for that. It doesn't look like he has. It is entirely possible that if Swift commits to a move here, he can definitely get it done. And he is committing. He is in overtake. And look at him. He's closing. He's closing. He's closing on a New Zealander. Is he going to go down the inside? Charlie leads into space. They're going side by side. No contact made there. And Swift is going to be looking to get him on the exit of this corner. This is another long straight where he can slipstream. And is he going to go right or left? Charlie goes right to sort of not get into the slipstream. And Swift doesn't oblige. He's not going for the slipstream. He's just going for a good old-fashioned send down the inside. And they leave each other to space. Charlie heading for Sector 1. He's not really pushing too hard at the moment, but I expect him to go into a higher mode on the straight. And Losty, he's only 1.6 seconds behind. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 3 as Jim Fish has spun again as he ghosting coming onto the track. And he has had an awful debut here in F1VL. St. Brafa exits his pit box. And Swifty's heading down the start-finish straight. Who will come out ahead? Charlie disengages the speed limiter. And Swift has got ahead of Charlie. That is a really, really good undercut there from Swift. And heading out of the final corner, he will be getting DRS. And now this is the prime time to charge his battery. But it doesn't look like he's doing it. He's going to be going for a move here. He sets the fastest lap of the race. And he's going to be speeding past Swift. They're side by side into the first corner. And Swift, he makes contact with Charlie once again. It doesn't look like there was any damage, though. And now Swifty's going to be looking to battle right back at him. Is he going to be going down the inside? He is going to be going down the inside. Charlie leaves in the room. And they almost touch there. They are touching once again. But there isn't enough momentum to be spinning anyone around. And all this battling should be letting St. Broth catch up. And he will be having DRS once again, Swift. And it should be a pretty straightforward move going down the back straight here. He pulls over to the left-hand side and retakes the lead of the French Grand Prix. And Charlie tries to get into that slipstream, but there is no chance of an overtake there, son. It's a 3-car train. And they all get DRS except for Hardcore. And look at this. It's 3 wide and Charlie's going down the inside of them all. But Swift stays ahead as Charlie gets a time penalty for corner cutting. But at some point or another, these guys will have to pit again. But Losty will be so slow at the end of the race. If these guys can just work together in DRS as they make contact and they both spin around. They both spin around and Hardcore runs into them both and gets significant wing damage. And Charlie, he gets away with it, it looks like, by the looks of things. It doesn't look like he has any damage at all. Let's see, Charlie coming out of the final corner. As Losty is exiting the pit lane, he will have to disengage his speed limiter around now. And Charlie's coming. He will be leading this race, Losty. He's closing in on Losty. And he doesn't want to be behind Losty for any longer. He's in rich and overtake. Obviously putting it down for the corner as you are supposed to. And Swift's race goes from bad to even worse as he gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. But Charlie is right on the back of Losty and he will be making a move into the Singay corner. Going down the inside of Losty. They're side by side still. And Losty leaves into space on the inside. He won't be going for a cutback. And Losty relinquishes the lead of the race to Charlie. But Charlie, remember, he will have to stop again. Those tires will not be lasting to the end of the race. Swift needs a safety car to come back in this race as well as Hardcore. So, Losty takes the lead of the race. There's a lot of weaving going down the back straight, but Losty retakes the lead of the race due to, I would guess, a pretty simple DRS overtake. So we saw contact between Charlie and Swift. Will we see it again between Charlie and Losty? There's a lot lower chance of it. There's less desperation needed for a move here. Swift, no, Charlie, sorry. He is past Losty once again, so lots of simple DRS moves being made. And Losty, Charlie spun! Charlie has lost his entire front wing, and that means to say that Losty is the winner of the French Grand Prix. Possibly a surprise winner in Losty today, and Charlie gets another 3-second time penalty, but he doesn't want to be held behind the man who's second in the championship. The championship leader is alongside the man who's second in the championship. They're going to be going side by side into the Singay corner. Is there going to be contact once again between two rivals? No, there isn't. And St. Broth, he won't be making a dive down the inside of Charlie. He simply doesn't have the traction. And it's a first win in F1VL for Losty. He crosses the line. He's jiggling as he crosses the line. He knows what he's done. He wins the French Grand Prix. And not just by a little bit. It was absolute domination. You know, what a brilliant strategy from him. I'm surprised more people didn't go for it. Only the 2 racing points went for 1 stop. St. Broth further decreases the gap to Charlie in the championship. Swift, he will need to have a good weekend in Austria if he wants to get back into contention for the championship. Hardcore P5, Jack P6, Killian P7, and Jim Fish on his debut in P8. What a brilliant race. We only had 8 drivers, but we had so much action. And it was for the lead as well. It wasn't even in the midfield.